Hello everyone, it is time for All-Star Weekend here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, and our first race will be for the Mopar Nationwide Series Showdown. These 18 drivers unfortunately did not qualify themselves into the race, and they will have to try to race their way in or fall back on the fan vote. Now, fan vote at this time when I'm recording this is still going on, but tonight, July 5th, it will be over. So if you haven't voted yet, you can still PM me your votes, and I don't want to see any more advertising on my video about trying to get votes, so don't do that either. And do not comment on that video, they will not be accepted. So anyway, we got 18 drivers here, and it's a 20 lapper, and a pit stop will happen, so it's only with one segment. The top two finishers in this race will advance to the Mopar Nationwide Series All-Star race, and the top two vote getters will also advance into the All-Star race. With the winners for the voting will be revealed at a later time after tonight when the votes are tallied, and we'll have our winner. And if one of those people finishes the top two, then the next person in line in the votes, like third highest, will be moved up into one of those positions. So 4 drivers total will advance to the All-Star race. Who will they be? We got Mark George on the pole. We'll actually go through the field real quick. Mark George is in the 8th. Well, we got Mark George in the 8, Lewis Gordon in the 70, Seth Cole in the 20, Alexander Jones in the 19, Cody Lamas in the 23, Trent Dunham in 24, and excuse me for the cars being blurry. This track's not that good, even though it's a 2011 track. Dylan Young in the 64, Will Livingston in the 97, Brody Vanta in the 11, Xavier Livingston in the 99, Christian Baker in the 82, Matt Wells in the 16, who was a points leader for a lot of this season. He dropped out of the top 10 points, doesn't have a win, so he's in the showdown. Joseph Bryant in the 18, Brock Banta in the 54, Matthew Rodriguez in the 38, Alexander Dawson is in the 33, Mackenzie Robertson in the 32, and Connor Breen in the 6. Joseph Bryant, Seth Cole had new paint schemes, Matthew Rodriguez had a new paint scheme, and Trent Dunham had a new paint scheme, and that was it. So this field's ready to go racing for 20 laps around the Charlotte Motor Speedway, and a pit stop will happen.
To your cars.
Yes, they are at the cars, ready to go behind the Dodge Charger pace car, even though it's pretty blurry. Might probably fix this up a little bit, but as the field gets ready to roll by, here's your starting lineup for the Mopar Nationwide Series Showdown. Alright, we are back. We're ready to go racing. Mark George got the pole by over a tenth over Lewis Gordon, who qualified second, so that 8 car could be fast today. Keep an eye on that car. Seth Cole right behind him. Alexandra Jones up on the high side. She's been quiet all season, as well as Lewis Gordon. Don't know why the cones are black. I think I've said that before here, but anyway, we're going racing here at Charlotte. The green flag is waiting, and there it is. Green flag down. We're racing here at Charlotte. All-Star Racing has begun. Dylan Young back there is not wasting any time. He's already going to the inside of Cody Lamas, who is rubbing doors with his good buddy Trent Dunham. Not really. They're 3 wide back there for about 5th. Trent's going to kick to the high side. Mark George has the lead, but Seth Cole wants it, and that Hitman Absolution GameStop paint scheme right there going to the inside for the lead. Seth looks like he's going to clear Mark George, his good friend, off the corner, and he's going to come to the line and lead the first lap, but no points in this race at all any this weekend, so it doesn't matter. It's all for pride and for cash. Now in this series, the Nationwide Series, these drivers will be racing for $500,000 instead of the $1 million that they do in the Cup Series or the Mountain Race Series. So this is only for $500,000. That's still a big paycheck right there, a big wad of cash right there for these drivers here in this series as well. Anybody says $500,000 not a lot of money, it's crazy. Seth Cole is continuing to lead. Let's go look through the field. Brock Baker's back here with Matt Wells. They're running around the back. They're probably just taking their time. It's a long race. The pit stop's still coming up, so strategy could be key in this race as well, as Seth Cole still leading Alexandra Jones. She is taking second up there. You see Alexandra Dawson back there with Connor Breen, Mackenzie Robertson. Some people started in the back. Robertson's behind her boyfriend, Matthew Rodriguez, and the Livingston duos up top, Will and Xavier. Trent Dunham started 6th. He's back to the 9th position. And see Joseph Bryant. There's Lewis Gordon. He's falling back as well. Looks like Bryant's working his way up in the 18, going by his teammate Brody Banta in the 11. There's Christian Baker. He's working his way up, trying to get past the pole sitter Mark George. There's Cody Lamas. Dylan Young's now in 3rd. Alexandra Jones and Seth Cole are pulling away right now. They're in the 2 transfer spots. Dylan Young wants to get up there as well as Cody Lamas. They're trying to hang around, but these pit stops could be crucial to see who makes it and who doesn't. Timing of the pit stop is required. If you don't pit, then they are automatically disqualified, because it is one of the segment rules is to make a green flag pit stop. Doesn't have to be 4 tires. Don't even have to take tires. Just have to take a pit stop. They can even stop right in the pit stall and just go. That's all is required. We'll see what they do. Strategy could be key in this race. Seth Cole, he is in the Mountain Dew Race Series All-Star race via winning the Daytona 500 in this season 4 Daytona 500. So he is unfortunately not in this one. He has to race his way in. The majority of the drivers in this race are rookies, so they didn't really have much of a chance to get a win or get in the top 10 in points and qualify their way in. The only drivers I believe that are not rookies that just haven't won yet in this series, we'll go back, Trent Dunham has it. Go back a little bit more, Connor Breeden has it. Alexander Dawson has it. Matthew Rodriguez. Those are the 4 drivers that haven't just won, that came back from the inaugural Mopar Nationwide Series Season 1. So they're the only 4. The rest are rookies. Some rookies got in this season. They won race or they were in the top 10 in points. That was one of the new rules for this series, probably just for this season only. If you're in the top 10 in points, you're automatically in it. So people like the points leader, Barney Ward, is in it. He didn't have a win, but he's in the All-Star race for being the points leader and being in the top 10. Corey O'Malley is another driver, just a couple examples. Right now they're getting single file right now. Seth Cole is still just hanging around up front, but that battle for second is heating up. The last transfer spot to automatically get you in the All-Star race. Alexander Jones, you would love to get in there with Aaron Williams. They recently, I think, got married or something, so that'd be pretty good for her. Dylan Young, and by the way, it's not real. Some people believe that you're dumb. Dylan Young, he is going to the inside, or actually he's on the outside of Cody Lamas, trying to hang on to 3rd. Dylan was trying to get after Alexandra Jones for 2nd, but now Cody Lamas is wanting to get around him for 3rd. Here comes Will Livingston, the 97. She's had her up and down this season. She's trying to get up there. She's now in the 5th position as they're going by Lewis Gordon, but there's the front row right there, Mark George and Lewis Gordon battling for 6th. But it's not about 6th place for those top 2 spots. Right now back there, he's had all kinds of bad luck in this series, especially back last season. As well as the 6th car back there, Connor Breeden, he's not had much luck either in this series. A couple of drivers want to get up there. Drop back a little bit. There's Brody Banta. He slides up. Here comes Alexander Dawson, one of the veterans in the series. Goes around the Tide Rod. There's Christian Baker back there with Matt Weld and Xavier Livingston. Matthew Rodriguez, Brock Banta, and Mackenzie Robertson bring out the rear of the field, 18-car pack. We're going back up to the front, and Dylan Young's he just slipped by Alexander Jones for 2nd. Now Dylan Young's in the final transfer spot, and Seth Cole is just loving this. He's just cruising up there by himself. Looks like he's in good shape to easily win this, but the pit stop is crucial. The timing of your pit stop and how well you get in and out could be a big-time factor in you making the All-Star race or not. Seth Cole wants to make it. Dylan Young does as well, but Alexander Jones is not done. Pit stops could be starting any time from this lap on, and Seth Cole's going to start lap number 12 of 20. This race is already almost over. It's a quick race. Showdowns don't usually last that long. The All-Star race is where it lasts longer. Looks like back there, Cody Lamas is starting to drop back. He was up there, and I think he's just way up high now. He was 8th last time by. He's dropped outside the top 10. Not good for the 23 car, who started up front. And looking up to see if pit stop will happen this time by. No, it won't, but here we go. We got a battle for the lead. Or, excuse me, 2nd place. Alexander Jones going under Dylan Young. She had help from Mark George, the pole sitter. That 8 car is still pretty fast. He might make it 3 wide here. Look out. Will Livingston's following through. Dylan Young can keep to the high side. They're freight training him on the bottom. Here comes Trent Dunham in the DuPont 24. A new paint scheme to see. He's been usually driving Bass Pro, but DuPont's a new car, and it looks like they're going to be pitting. Oh, Alexander Jones just about going to Mark George. That was a close call. And then it comes to pit road. Dylan Young and others stay out. We got about 3 or 4 cars that elected to stay out. Actually, we got more. Dylan Young, Joseph Bryant, Brody Banta, and others. And we're going to be checking the pit lane. This is a crappy camera. And here comes everybody to their pit stall. There's Connor Breen, Alexander Dawson going to the pit stall, and everybody else is filing into their pit stall. We'll see who gets off first. This is crucial. Mark George has their first pit stall. Looks like everybody's going with 2 tires right here. We'll keep an eye on the 20 car. And Seth Cole is the first one out. He has Alexandra Jones right behind him. She's out. Will Livingston got out third. Then Connor Breeden, Mark George, Trent Dunham, Alexander Dawson, and the rest of the field. Looks like Xavier Livingston has a little bit of front end damage, I think, on that car. He ran in the back of Matt Wells, I think. Matt Wells was on his pit, and he got rear-ended right there, and that's why Matt's still on pit road. Man, that's going to cost Matt Wells a chance to make the All-Star race, and everybody else is pitted. And there's a car coming off pit road. First car looks like it's going to be Joseph Bryant. He's coming off pit road right now. Here comes the leaders by, you see. Seth Cole and Alexandra Jones. They're nose to tail. Matt Wells is definitely not going to make it. We'll have 5 to go next time by. Joseph Bryant trying to get up to speed. Here comes his teammate, Seth Cole. Alexander Jones right on the back bumper. And there are the 2 cars in the transfer position, the 20 and the 19. Joseph Bryant's nowhere near up to speed. And Seth Cole and Alexandra Jones, 1-2 right now. And they're just working together right now, trying to help each other. Looks like trying to get in the All-Star race. Looks like Alexander Jones doesn't want to finish second. He wants to win this. They're both in the transfer spot, but it would be an easier thing, or it would be a slower thing if they race in single file. They race side by side, so it'll allow Joseph Bryant and them to catch up. And actually, Will Livingston actually just got by for third. Here comes Connor Breeden trying to take fourth away from Joseph Bryant. Bryant just couldn't get off pit road quick enough, and he's costing now a tough break for the 18 car. As we're under 5 laps to go, we actually got 4 to go now. Dylan Young, he was up there, now he's back here. Mark George was a factor. Trent Dunham's back here now. Alexander Dawson, there's Matthew Rodriguez. Mackenzie Robertson, the pack kind of separates a little bit further back. Lewis Gordon, Cody Lamas, Brody Banta with Christian Baker, Brock Banta, Xavier Livingston, who has damage, and Matt Wells is off the pace. The leaders are actually kind of catching them. But Alexandra Jones, Seth Cole in the driver's seat, both of them are to get into the All-Star race for the Mopar Nationwide Series. Both cars are pretty fast right now. They've been about the class of the field. They ran 1-2 most of this race. They pitted together, they got on together, and they worked together, and they're away from the field. Now Seth Cole is pushing Alexandra down the back straightaway, looks like. They're drafting off each other. Will Livingston is about the only other person that can catch up. Connor Breeden and Joseph Bryant have a slim chance to. We're going to look at the distance right now. About, you see this time by what the distance is to third place from the leader. 1.36, didn't even get it down a tenth, so Will is not gaining that much time on the leaders. Connor Breeden and Joseph Bryant are 2 seconds or more back, and 4 seconds back to Trent Dunham on back, so it looks like the top 2 are safe right now. Alexander Jones, Seth Cole, 2 rookies race away into the All-Star race. This time by, they will receive the white flag. 1 lap to go for the field, and Seth Cole's going to the inside of Alexander Jones for the lead. I guess they're going to try to race it out for the win, but they need to be careful. It would be really bad they wrecked each other right here when they're in the transfer spot. There's Matt Wells. He's not going to make the All-Star race. Seth Cole's wanting to get back to the lead and try to pass Alexandra. He just wants to get the win, just get a taste of victory, just get a momentum into the All-Star race. Seth Cole's going to clear Alexandra Jones off the course, and the showdown is going to belong to Seth Cole. He will win, and Alexandra Jones will finish second. They are in the All-Star race. And Will Livingston was under a second. He was catching them, or she was catching them, and Willow Livingston will not make the All-Star race. Now that Seth Cole and Alexander Jones have qualified in through the transfer spots, the rest of the field will have to be praying for the All-Star votes. There's 2 spots on the line in the All-Star voting, so there'll be 2 other people that can get in the All-Star race as well. It'll be shown at the end of the video who won, but I'll have to wait for the voting to end. So everybody from third on down will have to wait to see what the fan vote does. But Seth Cole and Alexandra Jones are in the All-Star race for the first ever Mopar Nationwide Series All-Star race. We saw like there we We might go back and see what happened to Xavier Livingston and Matt Wells before we head off, just to see what happened on pit road that cost them a chance at possibly getting into the All-Star race. But we'll check out and see what happened on that green flag pit stop between the 99 and the 16. Here they are coming to pit road right here, and everybody was starting to slow up. Christian Baker is actually really slow in front of Matt Wells. There's Brock Bancham, Mackenzie Robertson. And looking back, oh, Matt Wells got rear-ended by Brock Banta, and I believe, looking for Xavier. Oh, so the 54 car actually got in the back of the 16. So where did the 99 get damaged? I think Matt Wells actually gets hit again. Now the 99 goes past Mackenzie Robertson, who was slow right there for some reason. I think Matt's going to try to go down to his pit stall. I don't know what, 54 was the first person to run over 16. Oh, he hit him too. So Matt Wells got rear-ended twice on pit road. Brock Banta hit him, and then Xavier Livingston hit him. And that's what happened right there. So that's where the damage came from. That's where the extended stay on pit road was for the 16 car and the 99. That was a tough break for those two, but they'll have to hope for the fan vote. But we'll see what happens as we will head you back to the results. Alright, here's one last look of the Mopar Nationwide Series Showdown results. And Seth Cole, Alexander Jones, both will make it to the All-Star race. 2 spots are still up for grabs in the fan vote section. So who will those 2 drivers be? A lot of people would probably think Seth Cole was one of the favorites to get the fan vote, but now that he qualified his way in, it's a whole different ball game now for a lot of these drivers to get in. We'll see what happens, and we will send you off here, and we'll be ready for the Mopar Nationwide Series race, All-Star race I should say, shortly after this. So it's going to be a great day for Mopar Nationwide Series, as well as tomorrow's Mountain Dew Race Series All-Star weekend as well. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Stay tuned for the second part, which is the Mopar Nationwide Series All-Star Race, which will be all put into one video. So keep that in mind. And actually, no, the All-Star Race will be separate. So just stay tuned for that race as well. We are done here for the Showdown. Stay tuned for the All-Star Race. Congrats to Seth Cole and Alexander Jones for qualifying their way into the All-Star Race. And stay tuned to see who wins the fan vote at the end of this video. And Mopar Nationwide Series All-Star Race will be next up pretty soon. So stay tuned, guys, and thanks for watching.